the other thing I want to talk about is the difference between artifacts and evidence, right? Because gathering stuff on its own means very little, I think. An artifact on its own is just that, an artifact. It needs to be made into evidence. It becomes evidence when it's interpreted. Okay? And then evidence becomes data when it is qualitatively assessed. The level to which that piece of evidence demonstrates that goal, that learning goal. So evidence can become data that way. Evidence can become a story when it's assembled and narrated by the student. And so we need to make sure that we don't stop. If we want to use portfolios for everything that we can, that we don't stop partway through. And this notion that evidence can be mined for goals is that we tend to just use it as a repository and a fixed one at that. But they should be mined for goals. So they should be forward looking, not just backwards looking. Okay, and the source of action for kids. And so, those things I think are important to keep in mind. A collection of stuff, a pile of bricks is just a pile of bricks. It's only when it's made into something, different structures for different purposes, that it becomes useful in that way. And, we talk about evidence. I think, some of this will become self-evident. Process as well as product. We want to balance best work with artifacts and evidence that shows new learning and growth. Often, we get that first or last, some of your first piece of writing this year, your last piece, or your best piece of this, or whatever. That really is a filter that I don't think serves the purpose. And I call them impacts, but I do a lot of focus on the transdisciplinary goals that may be part of your mastery domains or areas. And they become great organizers for kids to select evidence. So when you're selecting evidence of your critical thinking, or this element of your critical thinking, show tools and strategies that you've used, right? So that they have a little bit of a target, and focus on the use of those tools and strategies within real tasks or within transfer tasks.